Hello and welcome to the Ice Guys. This is the show that takes you into the world of the National Hockey League. Every game, every day, from a betting perspective. With pro sports handicappers, Ian Cameron, Alex B. Smith, and various guests from the world of hockey and sports betting. And now, here's your host, Ian Cameron.
Welcome to the Ice Guys. Monday, December 22nd, Ian Cameron and Alex B. Smith is back in the house with us after a few-day hiatus, getting back into Chicago. Good to have Alex back for his last appearance before the Christmas break. He'll be on just today with us. Perlo is just joining us as well, as he always is on Mondays, ready to break down this Monday NHL card. We got 4 games on tap. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, check in with Alex back in Chicago. How are things? Things good?
Yeah, wonderful. We got the Bears winning a huge game in overtime against Green Bay. So my mom is pleasantly thrilled and happy with that. And it's just been a nice time, nice weather. We're getting rain instead of snow here. So I couldn't be more thrilled to be home for the holidays.
Nothing like home for the holidays. I should put out a Christmas album.
Right.
Not that anyone would buy it. But anyway, on we go to more important matters. Sunday NHL recap. How about Detroit, man? No revenge for Washington. Detroit rolled into Washington, thumped them on Saturday, and turned around and said, we'll beat you again. 3-2 in overtime yesterday against Washington. To get the job done in that game. Solid job by the Red Wings. John Leonard, we talked about, hey, maybe riding the wave after he got his first NHL goal. He scores again, back-to-back games with a goal for him. Mo Seider with the winner in overtime for the Detroit Red Wings. And Detroit first in the Atlantic. And they maintained that spot with another solid victory. Really impressive stuff. And actually was a good game from our guy Cam Talbot, which you can't always bank on. But he was solid there yesterday for Detroit in that game. Hey, you got to just tip your cap to Colorado here, man. I took Minnesota as a dog, just riding the hot streak. Colorado had been a little on the road of late. Oh, that was a Colorado team that was just phenomenal, start to finish, top to bottom. They meant business. They said, hey, you think you guys are making inroads on the Central Division, tracking us down? We'll show you. What a job by the Colorado Avalanche there. 5-1 win over Minnesota. We got a couple goal props. We were hoping to hit the bargain bin with Vladimir Tarasenko again. He did not score, but we had a couple others. Brock Nelson back in Minnesota, we said he'd find the back of the net. He did. Ryan Hartman, someone we've talked about. He got Minnesota's only goal yesterday in that Colorado game. It was a very solid outing in net from Mackenzie Blackwood. But more importantly, Colorado was just the dominant team. Like, they dominated territorially, statistically. They had an edge in shots to the tune of 33-20 after the first 2 periods. They were just the better team, period. Nothing more to say. Colorado with a nice 5-1 win there against Minnesota. Dallas 5-1 against Toronto. They weren't dominant, but they won because that's what good teams do. You win when you don't play well, and they didn't play well, Dallas. Toronto actually, they're just snake bit right now. They had chances galore, opportunities, pucks just not going in for them right now, but their power play still bad. The power play had opportunities, and it wasn't very good once again, and Ottinger was not good. He was great. Boy, oh boy, Jake Ottinger was spectacular, especially in portions of that game when Toronto was really carrying the play. And Dallas was opportunistic. They got goals from Steele, Jamie Benn on a deflection, Maverick, Jason Robertson early in the game, Maverick Bourque into the empty net. And that's what good teams do. When they don't have their A game, they hang in there and they find a way to win. And Dallas did that yesterday, 5-1 over the Toronto Maple Leafs as the Leaf woes continue. Nashville is disappointing, man. Rangers really against useless Onanen. You can only score 1 goal. Terrible job by the Rangers. Nashville with a 2-1 win there over the Rangers. So that was disappointing because we had Rangers money line and team total over split. Utah, they did their best to blow this thing. They were up 3-0 at one point over Winnipeg, but Kyle Connor with a natural hattie to tie the game. All 3 goals coming from Kyle Connor. But then the Utah Mammoth end up rescuing themselves with an overtime win from Clayton Keller. Really cool, everything he's gone through. To see him score the overtime winner, and Utah gets a 4-3 win. How about the Buffalo Sabres? Can you believe it? 6 wins in a row. Just a remarkable streak for them. 3-1 win against New Jersey. Things are going so well, even UPL can't screw it up. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen picked it back a pickle peppers. Very solid in the victory for the Sabres last night. Give them a bunch of credit. You know what's also helped this Sabres team too, and we've talked about it. Tage Thompson's starting to really play well. Darlene continues to be good on the back end, but Josh Norris, man, having him back and healthy has made a big difference. Buffalo's not just a little bit better, they're a lot better when Josh Norris is healthy and on the ice, and a nice 3-1 win there for Buffalo in that one. Congratulations, Sidney Crosby, all-time points leader of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He gets it done with the multi-point effort last night, and his Pittsburgh Penguins knock off the Montreal Canadiens last night in that game, winning in a shootout. They get the 4-3 win over the Canadiens. That was a bit of a hit-or-miss game. We missed the Montreal money line. We pushed the team total, and we won the over. Actually, the first period and full game over by Fecta. So a mixed bag of results for me when it came to that game. Ottawa 6-2 over the Boston Bruins. Great job by them. Korpisalo, not so good in between the pipes there for the Bruins last night. Ottawa takes advantage. It was a great night for a lot of different sense. Zetterlund had 2 goals. Batherson, a multi-point game. 3 points, in fact, from Batherson. Stützle got on the board. Just a great night all around for Ottawa, and they get a convincing win over Boston. We ended the night with the best bet cashing, which is always good to see. Vegas, Edmonton over the total, and Edmonton gets the 4-3 win over Vegas last night. I thought all things considered, Connor Ingram, who got the start last night, hadn't played in forever. He's gone through a lot off the ice. It's a good story, and it just worked out perfectly. I'm happy he got the win. I'm happy the over hit. And Vegas got to within 4-3, made it interesting, but Edmonton was able to hold them off in that game. And I think all things considered, with the lack of activity and certainly the lack of performing at the NHL level for Connor Ingram the last 2 years, solid. 3 goals against on 31 shots, and give him credit. And nice to see that for a guy that's obviously been dealing with a lot, as Edmonton gets the 4-3 win, and we hit the best bet over in the process. Alex, thoughts on Sunday?
Yeah, it was a short card for me. I had 3 plays, but I hit all 3 of them, including Claude Giroux as my bargain bin.
Which you would have known if you were a Patreon member. You wouldn't have known it on the show, but if you're a Patreon member, you would have gotten those plays. So what are you waiting for?
Yeah, so combing around through the books and was able to find a good price with that plus 475, and just they jumped all over Korpisalo and Boston early, and we're starting to see teams settling out now. We're starting to see where some of these teams that we've been seeing playing above their level and above water having some of these down moments, and that looked like the Boston we were expecting to see. If you had asked us, how's Boston going to look, back in October, coming around the holiday time, and Korpisalo, he's gonna have those games. He's a number 2 goalie for a reason, and you have to identify it. And of course, we always talk about it. I'm sure you mentioned it this week already. The holidays, we see these overs. You see these teams that are kind of playing with heavy legs defensively, and the offenses have really come to shine. So, we'll continue to roll with some of these overs. It won't be the underfest it was maybe 3-4 weeks ago, but I think there's some spots where we can certainly cash with some overs here in this card tonight.
Yeah, and certainly tomorrow is going to be interesting. Tomorrow I will have the results. We'll be on tomorrow with me, and I think Matt Robinson's still good to go. It's his day, and I think he's still good to go. And we're going to have Terry on again, regardless of whether Matt joins me. Terry's going to join us tomorrow once again for the Tuesday show. Did a great job on Saturday joining the show, so he'll be on again on Tuesday. Looking forward to that. But tomorrow I will give you my 5-year research project. It's based, 4 years actually. I'm going back to 2021, 21, 22, 23, 24. The over-under results of games the day before the Christmas break, the last 4 years combined. I will give you those numbers tomorrow on the show, and they'll be hopefully helpful to determining your totals decisions with the Tuesday card tomorrow. Perlo, your thoughts on what we saw on Sunday?
Personally, I had one of my best days I've ever had. Not ever had, but I had cheer. I had a great day yesterday. I had the draw in the Red Wings Capitals game. Capitals, I had to look back on it like just before Christmas. They're not good. Like they've never been good. And it was a revenge spot, so I thought they were going to come out hard, but I didn't like them to win the game, but I also didn't want to bet Detroit, so I thought to draw there, especially in the day game, would be a good play, and it came through. I did like the Avs a lot yesterday. I just thought you got 2 wagon teams. The Wild are in a bad spot. The Avalanche are in a good spot. And I know their road, they've been a little dicey, but those have been against teams that they don't really care about. This was one that I thought they did care about, and they were going to play hard. And I didn't think it was going to be 5-1, but I had the Avalanche yesterday in regulation. So that worked out well. I loved the Senators yesterday, had them team total over. And on the money line against the Bruins, I just like the way they're going right now. And I'm really happy because I have the Senators to win the Atlantic. So I'm good to see them coming back. I also have the Wings to make the playoffs. So that's looking good too. And I was one of the few people, I closed my eyes, grit my teeth. I've been on the Sabres ever since Seattle. And I just kept on betting. I was really worried when I heard the Cavalry was coming back. I was like, maybe that's not very good. But they pulled it off. So it's one of those things that goes the opposite way, like the Tampa Bay game when I find out the Kucherov's not in and all that kind of stuff. Day before that goes against me, but this one went. I had the over like you did in the Penguins Canadians, not for much because it was hard to trust the Penguins to score, but I thought one way or another that would get over after and under the game before. I didn't have the Predators. That's the one where I lost. I had the over in that game and didn't even come close. I don't know why, because I don't know why I had the over in that game. Can't remember the logic behind it, but it wasn't good because it wasn't even close.
Logic is on it, and the logic was very
simple. Yeah, that's what it was.
Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and trusting the Rangers to score. Usually on the road, they're pretty good. Stars, I was big on the Stars. I basically right now look at the Toronto Maple Leafs like as if it's Calgary or Seattle or maybe even lower than that. I didn't even mind the price at minus 205. I took the Stars in regulation and team total over. As it turns out, I kind of got lucky because the Stars were flat and then just came out in the third. I got lucky on that one. So, but it worked out for me. I'm treating the Maple Leafs like they're getting overvalued still right now, just how bad they are. Had the Mammoth, got lucky on that. So I call it a lucky day. I don't trust the Jets on the road. I thought the Mammoth, they were going to be in a desperate spot. And I had Golden Knights team total over and the over. I couldn't even believe that was a 6. That was was my best bet as well. So yeah, it was a great day. Ingram, I mean, he looked not too bad. The one thing I didn't like about Ingram was that one goal that went in. I think it was the second goal. He kind of looked over at everybody to go like, what? Like he was blaming the players on it when really he was like really out of position. And they ended up scoring.
I saw that too. Sometimes that's you're blaming your players. Sometimes you're just trying to find the puck and you're shocked it got behind you. It could be a bit of both, but it's
could have been that. Could have. I hope that's what it was. I hope that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good day. I had Tarasenko over shots though. Didn't realize he was going to be put down in the lineup. He didn't get over his shots. But for the most part, I hit my props, hit everything. It was just a great day. So let's hope we can keep that going here.
Yeah, no doubt. Very good. Hopefully keep it rolling here on this Monday, no doubt. Like I said, shout out to everyone in the chat. There we go. People are asking Alex, too, did the Bears make a real run to win the NFC? The NFC is wide open. It can be a conference. I don't know about a run, but win a playoff game would be great. If they can do that, that's great.
Yeah, I'll be thrilled if they can win a playoff game. But yeah, make a run. Seattle's I think the team to beat still in the NFC, to be honest.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, you like the wooden shade. There you go. Everyone liking the background for Alex when he's back home. Yeah.
It
looks like a good office space. You're right.
This was my dad's office, and so it's all very nice, expensive furniture that I do not have in my home in St. Paul.
Yeah, no doubt. Not quite the same stuff back in Minnesota. All right, 4 games. Let's get into it. St. Louis, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay minus 240 home favorites. 5.5 the total in this game. This is the Tampa Bay Lightning coming off a rousing 6-4 comeback win against the Carolina Hurricanes on Saturday. It was another game where Carolina got off to the good start but couldn't close out, very much like they did against Florida the night before that. So tough loss there for Carolina, but give the Lightning credit for battling back in that game. We have St. Louis rolling in following a 6-2 win against Florida. More so, I think, taking advantage of a Florida team that was in a bit of a tricky little spot there. If you look at it, there's a team that was obviously Coming off the big comeback against Carolina Friday night. We liked St. Louis first goal, first period in that game to jump on Florida. They did. I wasn't sure they'd hang on and win the game, but they did. Florida made it interesting, but St. Louis pulled away in the third period, got a 6-2 win. We all saw that was not a great spot at all for Florida, and definitely St. Louis was able to take advantage of that. They took advantage of a great spot. I'm not sure that's a sign. Whoa, Blues 6-2 over Florida. Look out, this team's going to go on a run. No, I got to see it before I believe it. Tampa Bay here, I think, looking to string some momentum together. They have Vasilevsky back now as well. He'll start tonight. Jordan Binnington for the St. Louis Blues. Obviously, he hasn't had as great of a season as we've seen in the past. 5.5, I'm tempted to look over it. It's not a total that I love by any stretch of the imagination, but at 5.5, I lean a little bit to this over. Like I said, like it, don't love it. But I could see this getting, to 6 here maybe in this game. Sidewise, there's nothing for me really here. I think Tampa Bay probably wins, but I'm not going to obviously endorse them at this price. And for St. Louis, it was a great job against Florida. Something tells me that was just taking advantage of a bad spot for your opponent. I'm not necessarily sure I'm banking on that being a sign of a run about to begin for this St. Louis Blues team, which is still very much banged up too when you look at who they're missing. Obviously, Bukestad, Holloway, Kyrou, Snuggerud, Walker, and of course 3 starting defensemen still out, along with Brandon Hagel for Tampa Bay. So they've got some key people missing. They did get McDonough back over the weekend, so that's good. They're down to 3 instead of 4 starting defensemen out, but they are still missing Hedman, Chernak, and Lilleberg. Alex, what do you think here, St. Louis, Tampa Bay?
Yeah, this is one where I bet the over. I got that 5.5 minus $1.20 at Caesars. Is $1.22 available at FanDuel. Like I said, Vasilevsky, I still think it's going to take him time to get back into full form. And I think that this is, like I said, a Blues team that can ride at least a little bit of momentum to get the goals. Not sure if they can put together another full 60-minute effort to beat Tampa, even when, like I said, with the defense still being shorthanded for the Bolts. So I like the over 5.5. I would maybe wait a little bit and grab a better price for the first period over if you like that, but I'm leaning heavier towards the full game over.
That's an interesting point here by Energized. He throws out some good ones every now and then. You think Binnington puts in a good effort knowing his Team Canada head? That's truth to that. That's a good little deep dive thinking type of intangible element to this game. That's an interesting way to think about it. You never know, especially knowing that the decision is coming right down the pike pretty soon. New Year's Eve is when. I don't know why they picked New Year's Eve, by the way, but they did. New Year's Eve for the Team Canada Winter Olympic Hockey Team announcement, and we're 9 days away from that. What better job to show John Cooper, who's head coach in that Team Canada group tonight, if you're Jordan Binnington, hey, I've had a tough season so far, but I still won you a gold medal at the Four Nations Face-Off this year, and I'll show you I'll be ready to go for you guys and deliver for you guys again and show with a nice performance here tonight. We'll see. But like I said, it's one of those intangible elements that, hey, not bad to think maybe that's what Jordan Binnington's certainly thinking maybe going into this game. And Jordan Binnington does have 2 shutouts against Tampa Bay, says Jonathan Davis. So good timing to throw that one out there. Perla, what do you think? Blues Lightning.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on the over in this one. I don't think they'll be. You got Tampa Bay going into the break. Nobody wants to be getting hurt going into the break. I don't think you're going to see a very physical, hard battle. I think it's going to be back and forth. And Tampa Bay got their mojo going and scored some goals in the last game, and I think they'd like to go into the break, into their break, knowing that they can score goals. So I think I do like the over here. That Binnington thing was interesting because I was looking at Binnington over saves in this game for that very reason, but it's 24.5. Maybe we might be able to get a little better at that. Tampa Bay's not much of a high volume team for shooting, but I'm still leaning towards it. What I will do, though, is I'm still going to trust St. Louis to score a goal on here in the first period. They have been doing that on the regular. So it's minus 115 just to get a goal in the first period. And I kind of like the over first period, so I'll bank on them to be able to pot one. Also, I'm going to put – these are just little bets. Goal first period, I'll do the Perla special on this. Lightning seem to come back in the second all the time. So you can get plus 130 for Blues goal first period, Lightning second period. And I was leaning towards the Blues here until Binnington was in net. Now I'm not quite so sure I'm going to do anything on the side in this game. But what I do like is a little bet. These are just little bets. I will take Blues first period money line combined with Lightning second period money line at plus 220.
That's their best period. Their first period magnet, St. Louis. That's when they play their best, usually.
Yeah, and Vasilevsky, I mean, I really like it a little more now after Alex mentioned, like it might take a while for Vasilevsky to get in the groove. Well, if that's going to be the case, the earlier the better for the Blues to be able to get a goal in the first period and maybe hold on. And the Lightning are a good second period team. So I think they come back hard in the second, and you can get it at plus 220. So just a little way to find value in a game where I think Tampa Bay will likely now with Binnington in there and end up winning this game, but the price is not very good. So those are just ways to get some decent prices out of a game that should be interesting. But I do like probably the over better than the best out of all those things I just said. Also, Berggren is really playing well. I like him for a goal possibly. Buchnevich has been going over shots. And, of course, Radish and Paul and Kucherov over shots. He's been going over shots quite a bit. You can get that at plus 135.
All right, there we have it. Good stuff. Scored first in 14 of the last 18. Yeah, the Blues first. I might do that. I might dabble in Blues first period, first goal. Don't like it as much as I liked it the other night against Florida, but that was a great spot for it. This one, I'm not so sure, but I don't mind that. First goal first. You're getting a hell of a price, too, because they're a big dog on it. So just the price alone might make it worthy of a small wager. Yeah, as far as props, they weren't sure about Kucherov's status, but he's in. For me, Jonathan Berggren for sure. Plus 480 is the best price out there for him to find the back of the net. He's up the lineup, top line with Buchnevich and Thomas. He scored in back-to-back now for the Blues. Yeah, absolutely. I'm on Jonathan Berggren. I'm on Otto Stenberg, too. He's had chances. Maybe Dalibor Dvorsky for St. Louis, too. Nick Paul's on the second line for Tampa. I'm interested. There's rumblings that Pontus Holmberg might be moved to the top line for Tampa, too, with believe it or not. But I don't know what spurred that on, but with Point and Kucherov. So I'm waiting to see if that's confirmed. But if it is, before puck drop, Pontus Holmberg goal prop will be on my ticket as well. As far as a value look, Radish has been ripping it a lot lately, Terry. That is true. So if you're looking at because he's taking the Hedman role right now for Tampa Bay. All right, Vancouver and Philadelphia. Philadelphia minus 130. Home favorites, 5.5 the total in this game. Philly coming back home after a couple of losses. Been a pretty tough schedule, though, for the Flyers. They've played a lot of really good teams, tougher schedule, tougher degree of strength of schedule, if you will. Vancouver's rolling. They are undefeated, obviously, since the Quinn Hughes trade. Like I said, it's kind of cleansed the room, if you will, and it's just it's a little more harmony now. They got it's almost like that was just a elephant in the room for a while. Monkey on the back. It's gone now, and they've won every game since then. And of course, Thatcher Demko's been absolutely tremendous during this run. He'll be in net once again for the Canucks, but Dan Vladar will be back. He's been kind of under the weather the last several days. Ersson had to start over the weekend, and obviously not he's the inferior of the two goalies. So back to Vladar here tonight. I'm not Mr. Under, but I see this as a very, very well-checked, tight-checking, low-scoring type of game. So it would be under or nothing for me in this game from a total standpoint, even though it's 5.5. I think it could devolve into one of those duels where it's 2-1, 3-2 for somebody here in this game tonight. I don't love this spot for Vancouver. I know they're rolling and Demko's playing great, but you got Philly back home after a couple of losses. I'm still not going against Vancouver in this streak, but I'm pumping the brakes on backing them here against a Philadelphia team that I think brings a good effort. And obviously Vladar, the better of their goalies, will be starting here in net here in this game. I'm going to take a small piece of the over first period, even though I think the game stays under, because it's just the Philly overrun has been so strong that we're going to just take that. But again, I am a little bit leery of it simply because I think it is going to be a good goaltending on both sides. Both goalies have been playing well. I think it could be low scoring, but the Philly games have really had a history of getting these two goals in the first 20 minutes, and then it just slows right down, and we still end up with a 4-1, 3-2 type of final score. But you've been getting these 2 goals in the first period pretty consistently in these Philly games. So that still makes me look to the first period over here. Canucks and Flyers. And I'm on the draw here. I really like this draw here, Canucks and Flyers. I think it's a good draw. It's East versus West. It's 2 teams that I think there's going to be hard for either one to gain separation. Yeah, and Rick Tocchet facing his old team. The players know it too. Like, they know they're facing Vancouver for the first time since Tocchet, was not let go, but you know what I mean, walked away. It was a parting, really. It wasn't a firing, but nevertheless, still facing them for the first time. Players, know that, and often will try to win that game for the coach. But that's not a deal breaker for me when it's all said and done. I think it's a good Flyers spot. I just don't like the price enough, and I don't want to go against Demko and Vancouver right now. So draw for me, first period over, and if first period over hits, I might even bet a live under in this game. Alex, what do you think here? Canucks, Flyers.
Yep, thinking the same way as me. That's exactly what I have. The first period over already I have locked in at minus $1.10. Like that price a lot. And like I said, I could definitely see where this one starts off hot and then kind of slows down after the first intermission. So I will be targeting a live under. Check patreon.com/iceguys for that. And I will grab a little piece of the draw here too, especially when you look at Philly's track record. This is one of the top teams as far as going past regulation. Vancouver went past regulation their last game on the road. Like I said, you want to just try and at least get a point, secure a point against a cross-conference team. So I will be on the draw as well, but I like that first period over pregame into a potential live under full game.
All right, Perlo, what are you liking here? Vancouver, Philly.
Yeah, this feels like a letdown spot for me for Vancouver, to tell you the honest truth. But I do trust Demko and the way he's playing right now. I don't think that's going to slip too much here. So you can get his over saves at 22.5. And I think out of all the things I could bet on this particular game, I like that probably more than any of them. But I will take the draw, as you said, just because there has been. So I do like the Flyers, which is something. I don't like taking the draw on the Flyers and the Flyers money line, but that's probably, if it is going to be in regulation, I think it's going to be the Flyers. I think Vancouver is going to be holding on here. It's been a long road trip, and yes, they have been winning, but I can't say they've been playing great winning. They've been relying on their goaltending quite a bit. They've been getting outshot a lot, and they've been feeling it, though. That's the thing. Yeah. They have been feeling it ever since the Hughes trade. It's kind of like you said, the weight kind of came off, and they've been playing light and they've been playing loose. But this game, I don't think is going to be loose. They're going against their old, the old coach here. I think this is a much more serious game. In which case, I do think the Flyers win this game. So
you always take Flyers plus 500, to win in overtime or shootout over at FanDuel.
Yeah, I think that's maybe now as I'm talking about it. Thanks, Al. Thanks. That's what I like. Yeah, Flyers to win in overtime. Flyers money line, probably split, something like that. I do really like the Flyers there. The over first period makes sense because they both should be coming out hot, playing with a little emotion here to start off with. So I'll take a little bit of that as well. But my favorite play is Demko over saves.
All right, good stuff indeed. As far as props go, we're just waiting on Rossi. Everyone else now has scored for Vancouver. Even Buyem's gotten a goal for them since arriving, and Liam Ogren. I think he scored a couple of times for Vancouver. We're just waiting on Rossi. Will tonight be the night? We'll see. I know for Philadelphia, a couple of props of interest. Zegras, he's been rolling lately, playing well. Linus Karlsson, actually, for some reason, he scored last game. There's some talent there. There's some skill. He's a good goal scorer at the American League level with Abbotsford last year. I think I might look at a situation where, again, we could see him find the back of the net here. Linus Karlsson here for the Vancouver Canucks tonight here in this one. All right, Seattle and Anaheim next up. Anaheim minus 170, home favorite, 6.5 the total in this game. I feel like blessing myself and saying, oh, so help me God, but I'm betting a Seattle over here again. I'm doing it. I have 8 straight overs on home ice for the Anaheim Ducks. 8-0 to the over run. Now, Leo Carlson's out, but he matters defensively as much as offensively. Yes, they'll miss his offense, but he's a great, not good, great defensive center too. So when you miss Leo Carlson in a game like this, you're missing what he can do at the other end of the ice as well for this Anaheim Ducks team. So I know Seattle, it's pulling teeth sometimes for an over involving them, but again, 8-0 run to the over right now for this Anaheim team on home ice. 8 straight home games have gone over the total. And look, Seattle, they got 4 goals the last game against San Jose. Can they build on that here? Another thing, too, Dostal's probably going to start here. I'd be shocked if he doesn't, but I think it will be him. Hasn't been as sharp since returning from the injury. Really hasn't. He got pulled against Dallas. They did beat Columbus with him starting. He still gave up 3 goals there. So, just working his way back. Hasn't been, A-level Dostal. He'll get there, but right now, not necessarily there at the moment. And you don't have to convince me that a game can go over the total when Philip Grubauer is in net for the Seattle Kraken, and it looks like it's going to be a Grubauer start here for the Kraken. Yep, it is confirmed now. Yep, Philip Grubauer. So that could be trouble right now for this Seattle team as far as keeping Anaheim off the scoreboard. So just full game too. I'm not doing first period. This is just full game over 6.5. Just riding the streak. 8 straight Anaheim home overs, and over 6.5 for me. I'll be honest, I'm a little leery of this spot for Anaheim now. Carlson out, last game for them too, right before Christmas break. Do they kind of not throw one, but not have their best effort maybe here against a lowly Seattle team? And that's sometimes when Seattle can come up and get you, but I'm still not trusting Seattle to beat a team like Anaheim. For me, it's going to be over 6.5. Alex, Kraken, Ducks.
I grabbed the draw earlier today, and like I said, a little shaky on it now with the Grubauer start, but I still think this could find its way past regulation. Just be a high-scoring affair. Maybe take a shot with a 4-4 correct score along with that over 6.5, but I will grab a piece of the over. I'll wait in game, try and get a little bit of a 6, being that this is a late start. But I do like the over, do like this to be high-scoring, and I like it to go past regulation. So I got the draw plus 330 over at Caesars.
3.5 minus 114 is the team total over for Anaheim. And Grubauer with the 4, 4, and 5. He's basically given up 4+ in 3 straight starts, Philip Grubauer. So if that holds true to form, we should be we should all be on Anaheim team total over 3.5 if that indeed holds true to form here tonight. Perlo, what do you think here? Seattle, Anaheim.
No, I have exactly that. I have the Ducks team total over 3.5 with Grubauer in there, and I'm gonna take the over with you as well. Who is going to be on the top line now? Again, he was on.
I will check for you. I have it open right now. Yeah, no Carlson. That is confirmed. Leo Carlson's definitely not playing tonight. So it looks like Granlund's I'm going to give it away now. I was going to hold it till after Perlo, but yeah, Granlund's not only a bet. Granlund is a bargain bin for me here tonight. It's one of my bargain bin specials. Michael Granlund centering the top line without Carlson. He'll be between Terry and Kreider on that top line.
Yeah. And
he's scoring too,
Granlund over 1.5 shots.
Yeah.
Granlund over 1.5 shots is minus 130 right now. I'll go pick it up right now because he's been 4-3-4-4 ever since he got on the top line. Hard to believe he won't get over 1.5 shots today. So I like that. And I like the Ducks first period puck line. Seattle's only won 1 first period on the road this year. I've been playing that consistently with the draw first period in some games, but I think Anaheim will be able to pot one early here. I do like Anaheim to win this game. And the reason why, I know it's a young team and you're looking ahead to Christmas and all of that stuff like that, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm going to trust the coach. I think he's one of the best coaches at getting teams ready to play every day. We've seen, how many times have we seen Anaheim win in bad spots this year? They have. They've been a great team to pick in bad spots because it's an excellent coach and he has them ready and he gets them ready in bad spots. And I think
off a bad game, they've been really good. Anaheim, really good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But they had a good game. They had a good game against Columbus and they're coming back to this one. I just think that this is a team that is driven to make the playoffs, and he really has that energy there. And when you see a team winning in bad spots like they do all the time, I'm going to throw out the look ahead here against Seattle. I think this is just a team that knows they need every point. They haven't made the playoffs in a long time. They're back in their coach. They're back in the system. They play like they do. I think they're gonna do it here, and I think they're gonna do it well. I took them in regulation last night. It's just Seattle is a bad team. You got a team like San Jose that was different. That was the first time they've been a fave. It was a great spot where they are all of a sudden maybe going a little big for their britches. But I don't think Anaheim is in this situation because they've lost so much over the years. Plus, they've got great leadership in Kreider there, Trouba there. They're going to have them ready for this game. I think they're going to have a great game, and I think they're going to win in regulation here. So those are my bets for here. Of course, Stevenson. I mean, my gosh, what is this guy?
Yeah, I have to bet him too. Yeah, I do. Yeah. He's eating up. He's the one guy scoring right now consistently for Seattle. 4 straight games now scoring a goal for Chandler Stevenson. In fact, I have actually considered him as a bargain bin candidate, but I went with 2 others. But I still bet it, plus 340, Chandler Stevenson for Seattle. Again, he scored in 4 straight games for them. I think it's something you got to look at here in this game at that price for sure. Tolvanen. Kakko is streaky, and Kakko now has a goal and an assist in the last 2 games, and now he's on the top line for Seattle as well. So keep your eye on Kakko, because now he's getting the first line chance with Beniers and Eberle. So there's a prop that I'm interested in there. As I mentioned, Granlund for sure for Anaheim. Seneca, McTavish maybe alongside Gauthier could be worth a shot there as well for the Ducks. Again, I think we're going to see goals. I've been burned before endorsing and liking a Seattle game over the total. I get it. It's like I said, it's like fucking pulling teeth to get Seattle games sometimes over the total. But again, 8-0 run to the over for Anaheim on home ice, and we'll ride that here tonight and hope for the best. All right, last game on this Monday slate, Columbus, Los Angeles. Kings minus 160, home favorites, 5.5 the total. Oh my goodness. Get this Kings minus 160 bullshit out of here. Oh my gosh. Give me Columbus plus 140. I don't even care that Columbus is struggling. I get it. The Jackets are 1-7 in their last 8 games. Are they playing good hockey right now? No. But this is a Los Angeles team that's 4-10 on home ice this year. 4-10 at home. Can't be endorsed. I'm okay fading them win or lose in this price range with the Jackets here. And in fact, if you look at the Jackets, solid effort, albeit in defeat against Anaheim with the corpse of any sort of goaltender that's worth a shit in net for them in Merzlikins, and they were still in that game. They only lost 4-3 in the end to the Anaheim Ducks there. And more than anything here, LA too, you catch them in a spot here where, again, they're off the road. It's a team that's had trouble all season winning at home. They're off the 3-game road swing where they wrapped up the road trip with a win against Tampa Bay, where it was really only a victory they got because Forsberg stood on his head and kind of stole it from Tampa Bay in that game because they got outshot 32-20 in that game. You look at this Kings team; they have a losing record, 6-8 off a win this year, so they haven't been necessarily stringing wins together at this point in time. And then you factor in the strength of schedule is not always something that's a be-all, end-all handicapping factor for me. But you're going to look at LA. They're only 4-6 in their last 10, and they're only 1-4 in their last 5. But in some of these games, they've lost to Seattle, LA. They've lost to Calgary. They've lost some games to teams they shouldn't. Teams that are mediocre, teams that are below average during this run, during their 1-5 slide. Yeah, Columbus is 1-7 in their last 8 games, but let's see who they've played during this 8-game stretch. Anaheim twice, good team. Minnesota, as hot as any team right now. Vegas, good team. Ottawa, that's the one that's a little weaker, but still, it's a capable team. Carolina, good team. Washington, good team. Florida, that's who they've been playing lately, Columbus. So while LA has been spitting the bit against the Flames of the world and the Kraken of the world, losing games they shouldn't, at least Columbus is losing to Florida, Washington, Carolina, Minnesota, Anaheim twice. That's a hell of a tough schedule for Dean Evison and his crew lately. Believe it or not, this is a step down for them a little bit after facing all of those teams. This is a very live dog to me. I like Columbus, plus 140. Should be Jet Greaves in net. There's no way after another Elvis loss that they're going to put him back in there. So, yeah, it is Jet Greaves. You probably will see Forsberg again. Obviously, he's the guy now with Darcy Kemper still on IR. And, yeah, he was great. He was great against Tampa Bay. I will dare him to do that again Anton Forsberg in net. Alex, what do you think here? Jackets, Kings.
Yeah, right there with you on Blue Jackets. I also grabbed a little piece of the draw. I grabbed it plus 340. You can get that best price available at Caesars. Like I said, this is a ridiculous price to have LA here as minus 160. And I think there's good value with grabbing the draw, but I feel like this is a good spot for Columbus to get a win. Business trip before the holiday on the road where you're taking on a LA team that was just in Florida of all places and then coming cross country to get back home. Of course, had a few days off, but still, this is not a spot to back the Kings because they're at home. And like you said, 4-10, you cannot back them laying 160. So give me the Jackets here, give me the draw as well. And I also have my bargain bin coming from this game.
Yes, no Zach Werenski sucks for Columbus, and he's been outstanding. He's been terrific of late. He's been good all season, but he's been terrific of late. No question about that. That does hurt for Columbus tonight. But this is your classic, first game without one of your best players angle, too. How many times do we see it? First game without him. Everyone steps up. Everyone does a little bit more, and you win that game. It happens so often. How many times have we seen that? And, yeah, no Philip Deneau for the Kings because they traded him. They'll miss him defensively. He doesn't give you anything offensively, which, but you will miss him a bit defensively because he's been, and actually his analytic numbers, someone posted his analytic numbers and his advanced metrics defensively. They're very strong, especially because he's matched up against the best players on the other team. He's been very good defensively this year. So, that's the one thing the Kings try to hang their hat on is keeping the other team off the scoreboard for a team that doesn't score half the time. And now they're losing the key defensive component. So, like I said, for this LA team, I think it's a great price to go against them. I'm even going to take it one step further here. I wasn't going to, but I think I'm going to jump in. Give me Columbus first goal, first period, and that first period money line, too, to really, really pounce early on this LA team coming off the road all the way out in Florida and now back home for this first game. First goal, first period, Columbus as well. Plus money on that, and that first period money line might be worth a shot. And I don't disagree with Jonathan's thought there. Matejchuk, also Perlo's favorite player, one of Perlo's favorite players, Denton Matejchuk. He's going to get more opportunity. He's taken the Zach Werenski minutes and spot, that left defenseman top pair role tonight for the Columbus Blue Jackets. So, yeah, Matejchuk, goal, assist, point, shots. Anything Matejchuk, he's going to be more involved 5-on-5 on that top pairing. And, of course, as well, when you look at the power play alignment here for Columbus tonight, he's probably going to get more opportunity there as well. I see Matejchuk right now. Let me see if he's going to get some. They don't have him listed, but I wouldn't be totally rule that out. But he's definitely going to be on the top pair, and he's going to get obviously more ice time now, minus Zach Werenski. Perlo, what do you think here, Columbus, LA?
All right. Well, this is going to take a little bit. First of all, Dano, you brought up his analytics. He's one of the smartest players in the league, a very intelligent player. And it's pretty telling that from what I understand, Dano was the one that wanted to move out. And I wonder why, because you have a coach that's an absolute fucking moron. He loved LA. I've heard him talk about it. He loves LA. He thinks LA is a great place. Why does he want out? If you have to listen to that fuckwad every time you go into a game, yeah, I'd want out too. See you later. Yeah, I'm on.
And you thought Alex and I hated Jim Hiller. Jesus Christ.
Fuck off. That guy's an absolute. They got rid of Bergevin out of there for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, that's another thing. But yeah, I like Columbus first period puck line, first period ML, Columbus everything. I even got team total over, and LA doesn't allow a lot of goals, but I'm going to take that team total over at 2.5 at minus 135. I don't trust this LA team off of a couple days off. They're getting ready for Christmas and all of that, and you got a Columbus team who I think has just been getting bad bounces. The games I watch, I don't see a bad effort out of Columbus. I see a team that's been playing well, like you said, against very strong competition, and they just haven't been on the right side of it several times. I don't think they're a bad team. They need help defensively. They could use it like a Dano or something like that in there. Their forward depth, they really aren't very good at a full sheet. They're just learning. Some of them are young. Some of them just don't have the capability of it. So it's difficult that way. But this is LA. They can't fucking score. So who cares? Maybe LA does pot one or two here, but I'll take Columbus all day long. But Dano leaving there is about as telling as you possibly can. Good for you that you went to Montreal. Great pickup for Montreal. Excellent move. Yeah, give me Columbus all day. And of course, yeah, you were absolutely right. I love Matejchuk here. Overshots. Great opportunity for him to show what he can do. And he's a great player to keep on going with because he plays in Columbus and people don't pay attention to him. But you will get to know him. He's only young. He's going to be one hell of a defenseman. I like him a lot. So I have Matejchuk, and I just got a gut feeling that this is a spot where a leader that has been in Columbus a long time that I've always loved his game comes through in Boone Jenner. I like Boone Jenner in this spot too. Just
very, very professional. Very, very professional. Just got that business-like mentality. He treats his craft seriously. That's what I like about Boone Jenner, no doubt. I'm going to ride the wave with the new member of the Jackets because he scored in his Jackets debut against Seattle, Mason Marchment. I'm going to ride the wave there over plus 400. Maybe it rejuvenates him. It was, like I said, just wasn't a good fit for him in Seattle. He goes to Columbus. He scores in his first game. So we'll ride the wave there with a little Mason Marchment goal prop. Provorov anytime goal. That's not bad. I think that might be worth a sprinkle with Provorov tonight, just because, again, he's going to get more minutes too. Him and Matejchuk going to get a boost in ice time tonight with the absence because someone's got to fill all those minutes. It'll be probably by committee with the likes of Provorov and Matejchuk, among others. So no question, like I said, it could open the door for Provorov to make an impact here tonight as well. All right, great stuff. Shout out to and by the way, too, Columbus, LA coming back from Florida, and here's Columbus, coming off a game in Anaheim, and they didn't have to travel, from playing Anaheim in their last game on Saturday. It's they could just stay in the same hotel, no air travel. So this is a very digestible road spot. No question about it for the Jackets. All right, shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button. We appreciate it very much. Check out wizardsportspicks.com. Again, daily premium picks on the website. Make sure you check that out. And again, good run on the website overall for me. Make sure you get on board. Check out the daily video series as well, Beyond the Lines, throughout the week. I'm on twice. Matt Robinson chips in as well, so check that out. wizardsportspicks.com. Check out patreon.com/iceguys. Just $10 per month. Goalie charts, totals charts, daily betting cards, sides, totals, player props posted each and every day on the Patreon page. So make sure you get on board with that. Again, Alex has been away the last couple days, and people are saying, I miss Alex and miss hearing his plays. Well, if you're a Patreon member, you wouldn't have had an issue. Because the Patreon card has Alex's bets, even on days he isn't on the show. So make sure you check that out. Patreon.com/iceguys, $10 per month. It's well worth it. And again, your membership goes a long way to supporting the show and keeping it going long term. So get on board. Give yourself the Christmas gift of an Ice Guys Patreon membership. Just $10 per month at patreon.com/iceguys.
And also check out the Ice Guys store, iceguys.myspreadshop.com. You can't get anything for yourself from the store for Christmas. You've missed that boat, but you certainly can get something new for the new year coming up ahead. We've got some new items that will be popping up in the store as well. A couple of different looks. So definitely want to check out the Ice Guys store right now. Get something for 2026. Look fresh and sharp. Get it right now at iceguys.myspreadshop.com.
All right, bargain bin special of the night and best bets coming up right after we hear from our great Ice Guys sponsors.
Wizard Sports Picks, featuring the finest handicappers in the universe. Sharp insights, trusted picks, and relentless results. We strive to help you become consistent winners. This is Wizard Sports Picks.
Please for yourself with my mouth is no one.
Kings and Queens shop.
Thanks to all our sponsors, including Royal Cannabis. Check them out, royalcannabisshop.com, 20% off with promo code IceGuys. All right, bargain bin special of the night. And again, if you were a Patreon member, you wouldn't have missed it. But if you aren't a Patreon member, you did miss it. Because even though he wasn't on Sunday's show, Alex B. Smith delivered a bargain bin special last night with Claude Giroux of the Ottawa Senators getting on board against Boston. We'll see if Alex has another bargain bin special winner in the old cupboard for tonight. Alex, what do you like for bargain bin special of the night?
Yeah, it's one that everybody can get listening to this and watching it. So let's go to LA, where we got Columbus taking on the Kings. We love the Blue Jackets in this spot, and we got guys moving up and down the line, like you mentioned with Mason Marchment, of course, coming in. But the guy I'm looking at, he's on the second line. Give me Del's Bells. That's his Luca Del Bell Belouz. You can get him as high as 12-1 anytime goal scorer. I think that's fantastic value for a guy that's still skating to the top, or being inserted, I should say, into the top six. So give me Luca Del Bell Belouz at 12-1 anytime goal scorer for Columbus. That is my bargain bin special.
There you go. Luca Del Bell Belouz, Columbus. 1,200, 12-1 for him for bargain bin special of the night. Perlo, bargain bin special of the night.
Yeah, I already mentioned him. I just think he's going to have a good game today. The very professional going into the break. We're going to go with Jenner at plus 320. And I'm going to throw Matejchuk out there too. I'll take both of them. I'll throw Matejchuk. I've been on him all year, so I might as well go for him as a bargain bin special. Haven't yet this year, so. That's plus 1,200, I believe. You can get that out.
Good stuff. Yeah, as far as bargain bin special for me, I don't mind that one. Aaron's got Denver Barkey. I don't mind that. Plus 380 for Philly. Second line, 2 assists in his NHL debut last game. Great London night. London Knights, he was great there in the Ontario Hockey League. He's going to be a good player, I think, in this league. So, yeah, Denver Barkey. Don't mind that look. But for me, I already mentioned one of them, Michael Granlund. Not only centering the top line for Anaheim, but look what he's done lately. He's red hot all of a sudden for this Ducks team. 3 games in a row with a goal, plus 310. Barely makes the cut, but we still have it at plus 310. Good enough to be a bargain bin. So Michael Granlund, Anaheim, plus 310. The other one is going to be Jonathan Berggren, St. Louis. We're going to ride the wave with him. Plus 480. Back-to-back games with a goal. Top line still with Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich. So we'll go with Jonathan Berggren, St. Louis, plus 480 for my second bargain bin special. So Jonathan Berggren, plus 480, St. Louis. Michael Granlund, Anaheim, plus 310 for my 2 bargain bin specials of the night. Best bets, Alex, what do you like for best bet?
Yeah, we're just going to rock and roll with one of the hottest trends in the league right now. That's Flyers first period over. So give me Philly, Vancouver over 1.5 minus $1.10. And like I said, we get that first period over the cash. We will be more than likely be looking for a live full game under to go along with it.
All right, Canucks Flyers first period over 1.5 for Alex with best bet. That is, by the way, it's on Monday. It's only on Prime. It's your Amazon Prime game tonight. What a production, by the way. Best production in the NHL right now outside of TNT. Their production values for a national broadcast, no question. Perlo, best bet.
Small card. I can't decide between all of these, but I was going to go in with 2 props. But you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Columbus Blue Jackets to win that game against LA. And I'm going to go with Granlund over 1.5 shots and Demko over saves.
All right, there we go. I like it. One, side total best bet, and usually one player prop best bet has been the form lately for Perlo, and he's got that. Yeah, once again today. So good stuff. Yeah, my best bet's the same as the one that Perlo mentioned with Columbus. Columbus to me is the best bet on the board. Plus 140 against Los Angeles. I like it. It's a great spot. They need a win. They're stepping down in class. I rhymed off all those teams they played: Anaheim twice, Minnesota, Vegas, Carolina, Florida. It's been a gauntlet of good teams they've played. I think this is the spot for the Jackets to get back on track with a win. Kings team coming off the road. Give me Columbus here, plus 140 against Los Angeles. That will be my best bet for this Monday. All right, great stuff. Hit the like button on the way out before we say goodbye. Alex, this is our last show with you. Yeah. For the Christmas break. We will, of course, see you back on the show once again on Saturday when we resume following the Christmas break. But any last words to the viewers and listeners one last time before Christmas?
Yeah, well, I just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Everyone be safe traveling, being out and about wherever you are. wherever you may be. Enjoy the holidays with your friends, family, and loved ones, and hope you have a wonderful time. My full card, of course, like I said, will be on Patreon tomorrow, but 2 plays that I'm really liking: Wild team total over against Trashville. Also, we'll be looking at Hawks Flyers first period over. Hawks have just been abysmal defensively, but I think they could at least maybe help chip in, either get 1 or give up 2. But those are 2 plays I definitely have already in pocket that will be on the card for tomorrow. So everyone have a wonderful holiday. And like I said, we'll be back in St. Paul in about a week or so, back in the old apartment, and ready to roll for 2026.
There you go. Yeah, I forgot to throw it to you for that look ahead. Good stuff. So there you go. A little look ahead to tomorrow. Philly, once again, first period over, and Minnesota team total over for Tuesday. Alex looking at those 2 spots. And yes, Seattle back-to-back for Jonathan. Yes, we know the beyond horrible track record for Seattle on a back-to-back. So,
against a potentially pissed off Kings
LA
team off of a loss. That might be it.
That might be the one time to back LA tomorrow night if they lose, especially if they lose tonight, as I hope they will and expect they will against Columbus tonight. Good stuff. Shout out to everyone.
I forgot to promote myself again.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Tonight at 10
House
o'clock p.m. Easter, Rico and Perlo's house of Jaime's NHL Picks Frolic. Come and check me out. You can get. I'll be doing my leans on our leans and picks on the card for tomorrow. Having a great time there. I love that. We love that show. Really getting a lot of good response for it. So come over and check us out. You can get me at Perlo's NHL POW. You can get the link there, DM me or whatever you want to do. So yeah, come check me out there. I always forget that. So
there you go. Especially right before Christmas. Give a little Christmas visit there to Perlo on his late night show. Good stuff indeed. Great show as always. Alex, Merry Christmas. Perlo, Merry Christmas. I mean, Cameron, have a great Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we'll see you tomorrow. Our last Ice Guys show before the Christmas break tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Join us then right here on the Ice Guys.